Hey y'all, Darla here with Growing Tropical. I have exactly 2 days to celebrate fall. What I mean by that is we have 2 really beautiful days, Saturday and Sunday. And these 2 days are supposed to be very overcasty. They're full of rain, and the temperatures are much, much cooler with a little bit more, with a little less, I should say, humidity out there. And I try to take advantage and get out there and do what I can when we have days that are like this. And we're getting closer and closer. I'm in South Florida, Zone 10, and we're probably not going to get some significant changes, probably closer to the end of October, to where I can really get outside and really start feeling a difference in the garden. So like I said, what I do is I try to get as much done on days like this. So what I have done is I am actually out here under our screened porch, or screen lanai area, and this area took a beating this summer. And the reason why was because my husband and I decided to remodel our den this summer, and it took several months. But before we could do the remodel or start the remodel, we had to gut the den. So it basically meant that everything that was in our den had to be, distributed elsewhere. A lot of things went into the main house, but then I should say, a lot of things went into the house, but the blunt of it all just got shoved out here into on the screen porch. So there was a lot of neglect going on out here. Normally I get out here and I, clean up for the summer and everything. And, my plants are easy to get to. No, none of that happened. There was sawdust out here. Anyway, I won't bore you with all the gory details of what the deck or what this area looked like. So what I did was I got out here just before I put myself on camera, because I didn't want to bore you guys with all the cleaning details, but I just basically stripped it out here and cleaned it all really, really well. Got everything all set up real nice again, and now I am looking for putting new house plants out here. And yes, I said house plants because living here in South Florida, this is the most perfect time to buy house plants for us. When other people, in the northern states are, taking house plants in, I am actually bringing them out. I don't keep a lot of things in my house, but I load up on things or house plants, and I just put them all over our cabana area. I put them on the patio. I put them in our window boxes because they just really thrive for us, because our temperatures we don't get usually freezing temperatures here. So a lot of that stuff really, really does well. So a couple of things, but basically what I want to do is I've got a baker's rack, and the baker's rack, actually, let me take you over here and show you where the baker's rack is actually going to go. I've got this beautiful fiddle leaf fig that actually fared through all the remodeling and everything, all the stuff that was crammed onto this porch area. It actually survived. So anyway, but in this area right here behind me, I have a metal baker's rack. We've had the baker's rack for a number of years. Anyway, long story short, I took it outside, and I am going to give it a quick spray. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys out there. We're going to give the baker's rack a quick spray, so that way we can let it dry while I show you what I found at Lowe's and at Walmart. I just went on a shopping spree at those 2 places and just started buying house plants. They were just, I should have brought the camera along to show you guys just how beautiful the house plants actually are in our area right now. They are just, the Lowe's just did a complete remodel on their inside store. I get off on a tangent. I'm really sorry, you guys, but I got really excited. But they just, they remodeled like their garden section area, and they have a lot of house plants on the inside, but they brought a lot of them like outside in the outdoors garden section too. So I was having a heyday out there, just shopping out there and buying this. And I bought some, I'm looking behind there because I can see I bought a really, really pretty container that I'm going to be showing you guys as well. But anyway, I'm going to be taking you guys out there, and I'm going to be showing you what I bought. I'm going to be planting some things up, and then I'm going to show you where I'm going to be putting them up on the porch area to just kind of wake this area up again and bring it back to life, because like I said, it looks so awful out here pretty much the whole summer. So anyway, let's go and give the baker's rack a quick spray, and then while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to take you over and show you where all my plants are, the plant haul that I did, and we'll plant up those plants, and we'll bring them back up here and show you where I'm relocating them on the den. So let's go do that right now. Okay, look at all the beautiful things that are on this table. I got so excited when I was shopping. I went to Lowe's first, and like I said, they have a newly remodeled outdoor garden area, houseplant garden area, and I just went nuts. They had so many beautiful things. Next time I'm gonna have to bring you guys along and show you some of the things as I'm shopping for them, but needless to say, let's start with the first thing I found here is, actually, I think this guy actually came from Walmart, if I'm not mistaken. Did it? Or did it come from Lowe's? I can't remember. They're kind of crossing over, so it really doesn't matter. This is a creeping fig. I just thought she was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I am going to be taking this guy out, and I'm going to be putting it in a pot. I think I'm going to be putting it in this pot right here. Now, this is someone that I've had for a couple of years now, and it's just so really pretty. It's just got you know, like the fall, like some fall leaves on it. You know, it's got yellows and it's got some oranges in there, a little black. I just thought the pot was just so really pretty. So I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting that in here like so, and bringing that up on the porch. But again, this is a creeping fig. This is one, I actually have grown creeping fig actually in my planter boxes that I actually have that are on the front of the house, and I love these guys. The one that actually I have in the boxes on the south side of our home, they were actually a variegated leaf. These are just solid green, but they're just so very pretty and very hardy. As far as, you know, like I said, we live here in South Florida, so they're hardy here anyway, but very hardy. I'm trying to think if the tag even says, yeah, it doesn't really say. It just medium light, water well when the soil is feels dry, and it's just a very easy to grow plant. So anyway, I'm going to be planting that one up. This is a creeping fig, and then let's see, what else do I have? Oh, this guy right here. I'm in love with Aglaonema, and now this guy right here, get him out of this pot. This guy right here is just a, you know, just the green and the silvery leaf in the center there. He's just a basic, you know, your basic plain color, I guess you'd say. The Aglaonemas that I am just absolutely in love with, and I've got them growing in my house, and I have them growing along, actually in one of our window boxes in our front, on our front area, stoop area, and they're red. They're just that beautiful, vibrant red. I love those, especially around the holidays, but those are just absolutely, those are one of my new favorite plants, house plants, are the Aglaonema. But like I said, this guy right here, he is just a like the green with the silvery in the center, really pretty. And I thought he would just be a really neutral color. And I bought this beautiful, it's like a stone, and he's a very heavy duty. He's got a nice, actually I'll have to punch that hole, see if I can, there we go. He's got a hole already put inside of him, so we don't have to drill anything. Very important to make sure you have drainage holes. But anyway, he is absolutely beautiful. Just a nice concrete planter. So I wanted to go ahead, I think I'm going to be putting this guy down into here like so, and then I'm going to take and put these guys around. These are Purple Waffle. I think they're called the Waffle, where are we at here? Purple Waffle, yes. And I just think these are absolutely beautiful. I love the undersides of these leaves, and I love the ripply or the ruffly look that they have. But I thought they would look really pretty all along the outside. I think I got 3 of them. Yeah, there's one hiding right here. But I thought they would just be really pretty like so. I just thought between the soft leaf of the Aglaonema and the neutral color, and then the beautiful purple pop on the sides, I thought that would look really pretty. So that's going to be one that I'm going to go ahead and just put all together. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull these out just so they don't fall. So that's another one. And then let's see, of course I've got my Pothos here. I have 4 of them. I just fell in love with them. I got these at Walmart. They were $5. To me, when I see that kind of a price tag on plants, whether I like the plant or not, it's almost worth buying it, because that's just really a great price. But that's a pretty good size right there. But these are the Pothos, and if I had to say, if someone said to me, Darla, what plant would you recommend for a beginner? This would definitely be one of them. If you are new to gardening, or even if you are, you don't even have to be new, but I'm thinking that if you're new to gardening and you want something that is just easy to grow, in the house, you know, they take a very low light. On your patio area, you know, they grow. I mean, you can put them in window boxes. They do not like a direct sun, but they, you know, they can tolerate a high light. Mine are all up on my, well, I have them under a cabana area. I have them up on the screened-in porch. And my porch area, I have a couple that are like right in the front that get like a morning sun of like 3 hours, and they do actually quite well. So they tolerate just a lot. They tolerate a lot of different lights. Like I said, you wouldn't want to put it in a direct sunlight because it would probably scorch the leaves, but they're not fussy as far as, you know, the growing medium that they come in. I mean, I've grown them in, you know, some, you know, just peat moss. I've grown them in just regular potting mix, you know, just, I mean, you wouldn't want to use like a garden soil or like soil that you dig up from the yard or anything like that, but they're not fussy as far as they'll grow in pretty much any potting medium. And the other thing is that's so beautiful about these, which is why I think that they're so great for beginners, is because they tell you when they need to be watered. I mean, they go a long time. You can go, I know, gosh, I probably don't water mine, but maybe once every couple of weeks. And again, I live here in a very, very hot climate, but these guys actually will start to just droop a little bit. And when you see that, you know it's time to water. And I love a plant that tells you when it wants something. I love that. You know, a lot of plants, they don't tell you that. Their soil just starts drying, and then before you realize it, you know, you've gone too far, and it's like the tips start turning yellow or they turn brown or something. But the Pothos actually will tell you when it's time to be watered. So I got 4 of those guys. And let's see. Then this big guy right here, this is a Dracaena, and I believe this is a Dracaena marginata. I think is, let me look at my glasses on and see, but I think that is what this guy is labeled. Let's look here. Yeah, this is a Dracaena marginata, and he actually, you can tell they already started cutting on this guy, because you can see, I hope you guys can see in the trunk right here, there's 3 other shoots that come up. These are terrific, terrific plants, because what happens is when they start getting leggy, and they will get leggy eventually, you can actually go in and just cut them, and then just below the cut, they'll actually form another shoot and just keep growing out. But the nice thing about these plants, the Dracaenas, are they're great for underplanting, because they do get very leggy. I like to put mine, and for example, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this guy aside real quick here, and I'm going to bring this pot up. This is another one that I bought right here. I thought this was an absolute beauty. He is actually, I'm trying to see what he's actually made of. It's an Roth planter from Lowe's, but it's frost resistant, fade resistant, and it does have a drainage hole. But it's just, I was trying to think if it said anything about what it was made of, but it's just, it's not super heavy. It's, you know, it's a fairly lightweight planter, but it is absolutely beautiful. I loved the coloring of it. Again, it just has that concrete look to it. But what I was going to do is I was going to take this Dracaena and put this Dracaena down inside there like so. Now you can see there's a lot of room that's down here. Now you could really, essentially, you could leave this all bare down here and it would be perfectly fine. But I thought that I would underplant this guy, and I've done this many times with my Dracaenas. I've underplanted them, and what I thought I would do is, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him aside for just a half a second. I got this guy at Lowe's. Now he was $12.98, but here's the thing. There are about, I think I counted, there are about 5 different plants in this one pot. So what I'm going to do is, and I thought that was good, 5 plants for $12.98. I thought that was pretty good. And you can do that a lot, especially at the big box stores. They are notorious for packing in like these, you know, like these big buckets like this and charging you like a lot of money. Now this one wasn't like overly crazy, but there are some of them that come in like, much like that size that I just showed you, of that Roth planter. There'll be big pots like that, and they'll have like, you know, 4 or 5 different plants in that pot. And a lot of times the plants that are in there, I don't think they're very compatible. They'll put shade loving and sun loving like in one container. And I'm thinking, oh my God, the poor person that comes in there doesn't really know much about gardening. They're going to go and they're going to buy that. They're going to pay $39.98 for the thing, take it home, set it in a full sun or set it in a shade, and one or more of those plants are not going to do good in it. But anyway, back to what I was saying. If you would buy something like that, you can actually bring it home and just dissect it. Now I know that sounds like, okay, well, I don't really want to go to that trouble, and and that's fine or whatever, but I got to tell you, I've got 5 additional Coleus that I can take out of here, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, and you can see these are absolutely beautiful. If I didn't say these are Coleus. These guys have that beautiful deep purple in the center with the beautiful green margins and the ruffly leaf. But I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully take those out. I'm going to divide them up, and then I am going to take them, and I thought they'd be so very pretty up against this Dracaena. And you can see the Dracaena, it's got a lot of green leafy, foliage all over, but it's got on the edges, it's got that really pretty purple. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got a really pretty purple margins on either side, and I thought it would just pick it up absolutely gorgeous. So that is the plan, to take this guy, put it down in that Roth planter, divide my Coleus up, and put it all around the outside. So anyway, let's see, is there anything else? I had purchased a couple of other things. Here's another one that's behind the camera here. I got a couple of these guys as well, just some hanging pothos. One of the things that I think is really kind of cool that I've been noticing that Walmart has been doing is on these planters, they have a what do you call these guys right here? I'm drawing a blank. The hooks or whatever that they're on, they spin. And I thought that is such a nice quality, because there's a lot of times where, for example, on my porch, I get a morning sun and my plants want to tend to grow like plants do. They're going to grow towards the sun. And every maybe once a week or so, I just would go out and give it just like a little spin and turn the plant, and I love that. So what I do is, whenever I take these guys off of here, because I will take these guys off, I save them, and you can actually put them on other pots. There are other pots, because there's a lot of other pots that are out there that look, pretty much like this, and they've got the holes that are on the sides that these guys clip into. But I can go ahead and just, keep this hanging, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on that. I cannot think of the word, but this thing right here, I can put it on other pots, which make it very versatile. So anyway, I think I got like two or three of these guys right here. And then I did buy some other plants, but they're for another area, so I won't really go into that. So let's go ahead and get some of these guys planted up. I'm going to show you what they look like. I'm getting excited about the Coleus and my Dracaena, because I think that's going to look really, really good together. So I'm going to start with that one first. So let me go ahead and just start planting up. And when we are done, or when I'm done, we'll come back and we'll take a look at it. And I'm going to show you where I'm going to put them on my back porch. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so pleased at the way these all turned out. You know, sometimes when I buy things and I put them together, it's kind of like, you know, it looks okay. And then there are other times that I buy things and they are just the perfect match. And I think this time I nailed it. Right, let's start with the Dracaena over here. This is probably my favorite of all the ones that are on the table here. This is my favorite. The Coleus that I underplanted here, I thought that there were 5 of them in that container, but there were only 3 when I was actually dividing them. They were just so full and they were so big. I'm not disappointed because they were pretty meaty and pretty large, and if I would have had 5, it would have been too many to go around there. So the 3 actually worked out, and it worked out to be about $4 a piece, and I am happy with that. But it turned out so beautiful between the real strappy foliage on this Dracaena and of the coloring and everything, along with the underplanting of the Coleus. They're absolutely gorgeous. I just, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite, and I love, love, love the container, this Roth container that I bought at Lowe's. Very, very, very pretty. And I just, like I said, I think that hands down is probably my favorite container. But moving on to the next one, this creeping fig. This is very pretty as well. This creeping fig is actually so hardy and healthy. He's just so thick down inside, and he's got some beautiful, beautiful runners and everything. But I had put him in a pot that I had already had, and it's very, I don't know, I've had this pot for maybe a couple of seasons now, but it's just so basic. And it looks, you know, very fall with the yellow and the orange color on it, with the leaves and everything. I just think it's very pretty. So anyway, that is another one that I'm very, very pleased with. And then the third one is, again, this is an Aglaonema, just a neutral color. It's the green with the silvery down the center. And then I just kind of surrounded it with these beautiful purple waffle plants. I love that purpley, ripply, you know, on the back side of that leaf. If you can see, I bring in the camera a little closer, but aren't those just the prettiest things? And of course, along with this beautiful container, I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but these darker spots in here, I know they're bronzy, but with the up against the purple leaf, they almost look like they could bring a little purple out in them. I don't know, it might be just me, but another very, very pretty one. And of course, then last but not least, I had this container as well, just a good old standby that I bring out usually around the fall months because of the coloring. But I popped a Pothos down inside there, and I thought it was just very, very pretty. Now, I wanted to explain to you guys too, as I was planting these guys up, I hope I didn't confuse you. I used a potting mix actually that is for like a cactus mix and succulents, that type of a mix. One of the reasons why I never used to, but I've started using that type of a potting mix with all my houseplants. And the reason why I do it is because it is really quick draining. And sometimes I find that even the potting mixes that I use, that I love, I mean, I use them for, you know, all of my outdoor containers, and I was using them for a lot of my, you know, houseplant containers as well. But I'm finding that by using that potting mix that is designed for, I think it's a citrus, cactus, and succulent potting mix, I find that it just, my plants do a little bit better. My house plants do a little bit better. They drain better. And I don't know, like I said, I've just started doing it, and I'm finding that it works for me, but I thought I better explain that, because if you're looking at thinking, why the heck is she using that on her house plants, those hard succulents? I just find that it drains, you know, a lot better. So I wanted to go ahead and explain that to you guys, why I chose to use that particular potting mix. But I think what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to go and relocate these guys up on the screened-in lanai area. My baker's rack is not quite dry yet, but what I'll do is I'm going to take some snapshots at the very end of this video showing you the baker's rack in its position and putting some of these plants on the baker's rack as well. So you guys, I hope this was inspirational for you to continue planting throughout the fall months. It's a little warm. The sun is starting to come out really big time here. It wasn't really supposed to. We were supposed to have a majorly overcasty day, but it's peeking out in little bits and pieces. But we do have a lot of rain on the way. So I want to get this video ended up before it does pour down rain on me. But I hope it was inspirational. Back to what I was saying. I hope it was inspirational for you guys to get out and go buy some beautiful house plants. You know, if you live in a warm climate, obviously, you know, you can keep them out on your porch. If not, bringing these beautiful things in the house. They make me happy. I just can't even say enough about, gardening and, plants. There's one to fit everybody. And I think they just make people happy. And right now, with our environment, the way we're living in 2020, we need as much happiness as we possibly can get. And I think that flowers, plants of any kind will definitely do the trick. So you guys, until the next video, bye for now.